I'll come to order. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Moore. Alderman Ville.
Here.
Alderman Honowitz. Here. Alderwoman Ingracia.
Present.
Alderwoman Tyus. Alderwoman Murphy.
Present.
Alderwoman Spencer. Alderman Boyd.
Present.
Alderman Moore. Alderwoman Tyus. Alderwoman Spencer. Five present. We have a quorum.
Okay, the first bill we're going to take up is Board Bill 154, sponsored by Alderman Rhodey.
Mr. Chairman, members committee, this is a board bill that's seeking 10-year tax abatement for an industrial building on Manchester, which is west of the Grove out there on the other side of Kingshighway. And it's a older industrial building that the is going to be converted into kind of a doggy daycare type of thing. It's going to be called the Watering Bowl. And it's a 17,000 square foot building. It was acquired for $160,000, and they're going to end up spending up $450,000 to $500,000 on it. It'll create 15 new full-time positions and 10 new part-time positions.
See if there are any questions from the committee members. Alderman Moore, you just came in, but we'll come back to you. Is that okay?
Thanks for the recognition.
Alderman Ville. Any questions, Alderman Ville?
Mr. Chairman, Alderwoman Murphy's tying up the pictures. No questions, Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Honowitz.
No question.
Alderwoman Ingracia.
No questions.
Alderwoman Murphy.
No questions, looks fine.
Okay. Now, tell me again, Alderman Rhodey, when is the project begin, or has it already started?
Michael? They haven't pulled the permit yet.
And this is near Manchester and where?
It's 5200 block of Manchester, which would be a couple blocks west of Kingshighway.
And I'm sorry, what is it going to be again?
I guess a doggy daycare type of place where you can bring your dog. And
And how many square foot is the building?
according to this, it's a 17,000 square foot building.
And you said it was 500-some thousand to renovate?
$450,000 to $500,000.
Okay, Alderman Moore? You have any questions? No. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to pass board bill out with a due pass recommendation.
So moved.
It's been moved.
Second.
And second, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Moore.
Aye.
Alderman Ville.
Aye.
Alderman Honowitz.
Aye.
Alderwoman Ingracia.
Aye.
Alderwoman Tyus. Alderwoman Murphy.
Aye.
Alderwoman Spencer. Alderman Boyd.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome. Next board bill we will hear is Board Bill 133, sponsored by Alderman Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the
133.
committee. Here's some photographs. Board Bill 133 would provide for 10-year tax abatement for development of property on the east side of Kingshighway between Fountain Park and the Alderman right-of-way. This would be a Crown Mart at that location. The property is presently vacant. Used to be an old Checkers that closed, and then later a Rally's that closed. Both of them made all kind of promises to the neighborhood that never happened. And so this property has been vacant for many years at this point. This is there right at the entrance into Fountain Park where we have the statue of Dr. King along Kingshighway. So this would really be a great impact. It would provide 20 full-time positions and 6 part-time positions. And is a 4,000 square foot new construction at that location. We're hoping it will also spur other development in that portion of North Kings Highway that has not seen much in many, many years. I do ask for your favorable support.
Alderman Moore? No question. Alderman Ville?
Alderman, what are you building? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
It is a Crown Mart, the
Oh, Crown
convenience
Mart.
store.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Alderman Arnowitz?
No question.
Alderwoman Gracia?
No questions.
Alderwoman Murphy?
No questions.
And Alderman Kennedy, how much is this development project?
Just around 959,000, something like that.
How
It's,
much?
959,000.
959,000. Okay, hearing no other questions, I'll entertain a motion to pass Board Bill 133 out with a due pass recommendation.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and second.
Previous roll.
Any objection to previous vote? Hearing none, Board Bill 133 comes out of committee with due pass recommendation.
Thank you.
Next board bill we will hear is Board Bill 146, sponsored by Alderman Conway.
Excuse me for a second. Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee.
morning.
Board Bill 146 is 3448 Crittenden. That is a renovation by the actual homeowner of that property, and the renovation cost is $150,000. And we're only asking for 5-year tax abatement. This is in a historic area, and some of the ones in the historic areas just are more expensive. This is in the Tower Grove East neighborhood.
Alderman Moore? No question. Alderman Ville?
Question, Mr. Chairman.
Alderman Arnowitz?
No question.
Alderwoman Gracia?
No questions.
Alderwoman Murphy?
Is this a flat or a single residence?
It's a single family.
Single family?
It's going to be a single
It's
family.
going to be, okay, I
Okay.
saw the two entrances, okay. No more.
How much is the development cost, Alderman, again?
$150,000.
And this is 5-year tax abatement?
Yes. We are trying to move to 5-year or less.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to pass Board Bill 146 out.
Second.
It's been moved and second.
Previous roll.
Previous rule.
Hearing no objection to previous roll, Board Bill 146 comes out of committee with a due pass recommendation. The next board bill we will hear is Board Bill 147.
All right. This one is an address on Flora Place. We're asking for 5-year tax abatement. It's a very, very large property. My sheet had it down as $90,000 renovation cost. I know it's about $250,000. Had to replace the whole side wall on the east side of the building. The inside was a mess. I know that it's, how many square feet? It's 3,300 square feet, so it was quite an expensive undertaking to save that property. It is now, I believe, close to being sold, and that will help stabilize. That house is actually next to a modern ranch on the corner of 39th Street in Flora.
Alderman Moore, do you have any questions? No. Alderman Villa?
Steve, excuse me, Alderman, is that McCann's old house?
No, it's one block down. McCann's are in the 3600. That's in the 3800.
Thank you.
Okay.
Alderman Arnowitz? Alderwoman Murphy?
No question.
I'll entertain a motion on Board Bill 147.
Second.
Hearing no objection to previous roll, Board Bill 147 comes out of committee with a due pass recommendation. We'll now hear Board Bill 148.
Board Bill number 148 is for 534749 Wilson Avenue, and that would be a construction of a new single-family home on the hill.
Alderman Moore, do you have any questions? Alderman Villa.
Oh, he didn't put smile on the wall.
No questions, Madam Chairman.
Alderman Arnowitz.
Alderman, are you trying to take the alderman's properties away on the hill? I believe
I'm not Italian, neither is he, but somehow he's related in a way to the person who's going to build this house. And since I'm the adjacent alderman, they've asked me to handle the bill. Okay,
Alderwoman Murphy.
The home is going to be on that vacant lot?
correct.
Oh, very good. I'm sorry. And that one too? Wow.
They're not very well built.
Well, I mean, that's neat, very good. I wish you the best. Another
Alderman
mansion on
Conway,
the
what
hill.
is the reason for a 10-year abatement on this one?
The construction, they had to buy the property for $149, and their construction cost is $282, which would bring them in at about $430,000. So overbuilding for that neighborhood, but then again, having a house that you'll live in for a long time.
I'll entertain a motion on Board Bill 148.
So moved.
Second, previous roll.
We can't do previous roll, right? Can we, if Alderman Moore is not here? You
Right.
can? Okay. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. Hearing no objection to previous roll, Board Bill 148 comes out of committee with a due pass recommendation. We're on Board Bill 149.
Okay, this will be 4028 Botanical. And this is on an otherwise pretty tough street. We haven't had many renovations in the Shaw neighborhood on this block. The acquisition cost was $76,000. The renovation cost is $100,000, so they're putting more in it than they paid for it. The community supports this, and we are asking for this one, 10-year tax abatement.
Alderman Villa, do you have any questions?
No, thank you, Madam Chairman.
Alderman Arnowitz? Alderwoman Murphy?
No.
I will entertain a motion on Board Bill 149.
so moved.
Second, previous roll.
Hearing no objection to previous roll, Board Bill 149 comes out of committee with a due pass recommendation. Board Bill 150.
Okay, and this will be 3940 Shaw Boulevard, which is the main transitory street through the Shaw neighborhood. It's on the same block as Salamas Market, which after 20 years, we were able to acquire that, and we're looking for developers. This is probably one of the most depressed valued streets in the Shaw neighborhood. The acquisition costs were $86,000. The renovation cost is $125,000. And this will be a single-family house when they're done.
Alderman Villa, do you have any questions? Alderman Villa?
I didn't recognize you. You had your face on your computer. So. No questions, Madam Chairman.
Alderman Arnowitz?
No question.
Alderwoman Murphy?
How many years tax abatement?
10 on this one.
I'll entertain a motion on Board Bill 150.
So moved.
Second.
Previous roll.
Hearing no objection to previous roll, Board Bill 150 comes out of committee with a due pass recommendation. Thank you,
Thank
Alderman.
you. Good morning.
We will hear Board Bill 144.
Kenny, all right.
Thank you, Madam Chairman and committee members. Pictures. This is a property in the 2100 block of Arsenal, 2119 Arsenal. It's a owner-occupied renovation. The acquisition cost was $101,000. The renovation cost $150,000, and it'll be a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2 parking car pad behind, and it's a 5-year tax abatement.
Alderman Villa, do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
Alderman Arnowitz?
All of that will be redone as actually one house? I mean,
Yes, single family.
thank
Alderwoman Murphy.
No questions. Looks good.
I'll entertain a motion on Board Bill 144.
Second. Previous roll.
Hearing no objection to previous roll, Board Bill 144 comes out of committee with a due pass recommendation. Board Bill 145.
Thank you. 145 is property that's in the same block, and the developer, passed the pictures out. And the pictures aren't just for this. This property's been sitting vacant for a long time. The acquisition cost was $95,000. The renovation cost is $100,000. Asking price for it, it'll be listed for about $280,000. It's about 2,600 square foot. It's going to be a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, and a new 2-car garage port behind it. And it's also a 5-year tax abatement.
Okay, thank you. Alderman Moore, do you have any questions?
No.
Alderman Villa?
No questions, Madam Chairman.
Alderwoman Murphy? I'll entertain a motion on Board Bill 145.
Second.
Second. Previous roll.
Hearing no objection to previous roll, Board Bill 145 comes out of committee with a due pass recommendation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Alderman Vollmer? Let's see.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is Board Bill 132, which is for 5213 and 15 Bischoff Avenue. These are two of the older homes in the Hill neighborhood, the old shotgun-style homes built on very narrow lots. Mr. Gaspari DiMaggio will be buying these two lots. He has bought them already, tearing these two properties down and building a new 4-bedroom, 3,000 square foot home with an attached 2-car garage. He is purchasing these at $165,000. Has to tear them down. He has a budget of $234,000 to build new. We were asking for 10-year tax abatement because we're at the $400,000 point right here just for the investment. It's very unique. These are the older homes built right around the World's Fair time. When you tear these down, you'll actually see joists and things and rafters that have burn marks on them. They went down to Forest Park when they were tearing the things down and they were burning the wood. These old Italians would take the wood out because it was free and go back and build homes. I actually had that in my home when I remodeled it. So we're tearing down some old houses that are not very well built. The people who live there have been the best people and hardest working people in the city, but they just didn't have very good construction values in 1905. So I ask for your favorable consideration. I'll entertain any questions.
Thank you, Alderman. Alderman Moore, do you have any questions? Alderman Villa?
Alderman, are these right behind the church parking lot?
No, these are one block to the south. There is a building there currently hosts a Steve's Hot Dogs, Just Be Salon. Used to be La Barber's Tavern when I was a kid. I was thrown out of there when I was 14.
Well, this isn't the Teresi block, it's the block west.
No, it's not the, no.
Block west.
That's correct.
Thank you. Thank you. No questions, Madam Chairman.
Alderman Arnowitz? Alderwoman Murphy?
No questions.
I'll entertain a motion on Board Bill 132.
So moved.
Second.
Previous roll.
Hearing no objection to previous roll, Board Bill 132 comes out of committee with a due pass recommendation.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you all for your time and your efficiency.
Board Bill 161, Alderman Williamson? He's here, isn't he?
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so I didn't go to that safety.
We'll go ahead and do Board Bill 131, Alderman Ogilvie.
Good morning. Board Bill 131. This is a, yes,
Sorry.
bill to authorize 10 years of tax abatement, 5800 block of Dale Avenue. Dale is east of Hampton. SLDC recommended 10 years because there's very little new residential construction activity in this area, turning a vacant lot into a new home. And the construction cost, which you see listed there, is high. because this home requires an enormous retaining wall in order to build.
Alderman Moore, do you have any questions? Alderman Villa?
Are there any pictures, Madam Chairman?
Sure.
I do. I've got them.
Oh.
There should be 2 copies, so I get one. You guys get one on that side.
Madam Chairman, may I inquire? The retaining wall is needed because of the slope?
Exactly, yeah. The house faces Pierce, which is on the east side of the property.
Thank you. No further questions.
Alderman Arnowitz? Alderwoman Murphy? No questions. I'll entertain a motion on Board Bill 131.
So moved.
Previous roll.
Hearing no objection to previous roll, Board Bill 131 comes out of committee with a due pass recommendation. Thank you, Alderman.
Want me to come back?
Do you have another one?
Yeah. 158.
Thank you.
What number?
158.
150.
Okay, Board Bill 158, 1509 Fairmount Avenue in Dogtown. This is a new single-family home. Yes, I gave them to you.
I think we passed them out last. Was that the vacant lot? The vacant lot, we already saw.
Okay.
The folks building the home currently live next door. They bought this vacant parcel next to their house. They're going to build a new home and move one address over and then sell the home where they currently live. So SLDC recommended 5 years of tax abatement on this one.
Alderman Moore, do you have any questions? No. Alderman Villa?
We saw the vacant lot.
Is there any ritual whereby you're going to punish the allegations against the bike rider in Kirkwood?
I don't read every news story. You want to bring me up to speed on that? It sounds serious,
Don't
though.
read news stories that aren't electronic, is what you're saying.
If a cyclist did something wrong, I would tend to avoid that story.
Strictly allegations at this point, Alderman. Thank you, Madam Chairman. No further questions.
Alderman Arnowitz?
No question.
Alderwoman Murphy?
No question.
I'll entertain a motion on Board Bill 158.
So moved.
Second.
Previous roll.
Hearing no objection to previous roll, Board Bill 158 comes out of committee with a due pass recommendation.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Just for the record, I'll note that I haven't been to Kirkwood in months.
Board Bill 161, Alderman Williamson.
Now we're back on
161.
160.
All right. Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the committee. This is Board Bill 161. This is a redevelopment that's taking place in the 5500 block of Persian, 5510 through 26. Right now, this is presently a vacant lot, parking lot, very large lot that's located in that block. And what's on the table today is to try to build a $30 million high-end luxury apartment building within that area, and something I'm very proud of to be a part of in the 26th Ward. Oh, pictures? Okay. Here you go. Pictures, pictures, pictures. Okay. So it's approximately going to be about 160 high-end luxury apartment units, buildings. So it's going to be a very, very nice apartment building that we, like I said, we're very excited to have over the 26 wards located in the blocks of between Union and the Vollmer on Pershing. We are asking for a 20-year tax abatement because it is a heavy investment that they are making. It's going to be a pre-cab type of parking lot that's located there, which is going to be very, very expensive to build. It's going to be 2 levels, so you have your street level and a second level of parking. And also, we have a special taxing district that we just passed back in April, which is part of the Devolver Place Neighborhood and Business Association. This development will pay heavily into that, and those taxes will be used for security and beautification within that neighborhood. Security is very important in that neighborhood because you do have a lot of people that live in apartments there, that frequent there, people that work at Barnes and NYSU and so on, and catch the Metrolink within that area. We will have off-duty police officers that will patrol that neighborhood and also the Metrolink. And it will be a real estate company that will operate out of this facility, which will generate earnings tax, which is very important. So, like I said, it's going to be a nice development, something that we need in the city of St. Louis. It's a great shot in the arm for the city of St. Louis in that particular community, and I hope that we could count on your favorite vote for this development.
Thank you, Alderman. Alderman Moore, do you have any questions? Alderman Ville?
I apologize. I was
Sure.
talking to the former alderman from the
No
13th,
problem.
who has a big job now, but I forget what he is over here. Did you mention, are they market rate?
Yes, sir. Your high-end market rate this year, Alderman.
Good for you. Thank you.
60 units, so it's going to be very nice. Fitness center, swimming pool. It's going to be very nice.
Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Alderman Arnowitz?
You said 160 units on?
Yes, sir.
And what was there?
Right now, Alderman, it's just a vacant lot. It's a parking lot. I don't know exactly how many spots it is, and I think it's in the pictures. It's a large lot that a lot of other people that live in the area park there. So right now it's empty, just a vacant lot. So they're going to build it on that particular vacant lot. Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Alderwoman Murphy?
Yeah, with the 20-year tax abatement there, you say they'll still be paying into that CID?
Yeah, and it's
With that?
right in the taxing. Yeah, right. Special taxing district.
Okay.
Right. So they will be one of the largest, if not the largest, contributors into that special taxing district, which is needed in that community for security and beautification, but mainly for security.
I'm envious.
Yeah. Thank you.
Beautiful.
I'm very excited. Glad to have it. Yep. So
Now,
it's something
entertain a
I'm-
motion on Board Bill 161.
So moved. Second. Previous roll.
Hearing no objection to previous roll, Board Bill 161 comes out of the committee with a due pass recommendation.
Thank you
Alderman.
very much. I appreciate it. Appreciate your vote. Thank you.
Next bill we hear is Board Bill 130, sponsored by Alderwoman Green. Is she here? I thought I saw her.
Yes.
Okay.
Too many.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Board Bill 130 is for a single-family residence at 3865 Humphrey. It's, they acquired the building for $57,000 and are putting $177,000 worth of work into it, with an asking price at the end of $259,440. They'll be doing, a number of modifications to it, with bathrooms and such. We're asking for a 5-year tax abatement for this area, as it is a more stable area in the ward, but it still is, we still have buildings there that need some help.
Alderman Moore? Alderman Ville?
No questions, Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Alderman Arnowitz? Alderwoman Ingracia?
No questions.
Alderwoman Murphy?
This is going to be a single family?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very good. Yeah. Looks neat.
It's for sale, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what the sale price is, will be?
$259,440.
Out of curiosity, so what neighborhood is that?
Tower Grove South.
Tower Grove South. What's the median sale prices in the area?
It depends what area of Tower Grove South you're in. So the areas that are closer to the park and to South Grand, kind of in Tower Grove Heights, are I think around 200,000 right now. As you get deeper into Tower Grove South, I think it's about 50,000.
50?
Yeah.
From 50 to
200, yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
We have a very, very big dichotomy there.
And I certainly appreciate the 5-year tax abatement, because certainly there are certain neighborhoods that really don't need 10 years as much as others. So in the area where it's around 50,000, will you be doing 10 years?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I've kind of set up a process for myself of the ones that are in the area where houses are going for higher dollar amounts, that 5 tends to be, I think, enough. Whereas in some of the areas that we can't get quite as much redevelopment in, 10 years is a better fit.
Thank you for that. I'll entertain a motion to pass Board Bill 130 out of committee with a due pass recommendation.
Second.
I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
It's been moved.
Second.
It's been moved. Thank you. No objection to previous roll. Board Bill 130 moves out of committee with due pass recommendation.
Thank you.
Next Board Bill.
We have 155.
Board Bill 155.
We have some more pictures there.
Go ahead, Alderman.
So once again, this is renovation of a single family, has historical tax credits with it. They purchased it for $140,000, are putting $162,000 worth of work into it, and anticipating a sales price around $350,000. It's a couple blocks away from the other one, so hence the reason for a 5-year abatement as well.
Alderman Moore. No question. Alderman Ville.
No questions, Mr. Chairman.
Alderman Arnowitz.
No question.
Alderwoman Ingracia.
No questions.
Alderwoman Murphy.
No question.
I'll entertain a motion to pass Board Bill 155 out of committee with a due pass recommendation.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved in second.
Roll.
No objection to previous roll. Board Bill 155 comes out of committee with a due pass recommendation. I think that's all for you.
Okay,
Is
we
there one
have
more?
156, which is also a single-family house. It's 2 blocks away from the first one that we talked about. They purchased it for $135,000, put $130,000 worth of work into it, and are anticipating a sales price around $310,000. Again, we're asking for, they'll be adding a 2-car garage to it as well, and we're asking for a 5-year abatement.
Alderman Moore, I'm sorry. Alderman Ville.
Megan, what street is this on?
This one is on Humphrey, 3662 Humphrey.
I apologize for calling you Megan, Constance.
Just don't let it happen again.
Alderman Arnowitz.
36, that's just right east off Grand, right?
Yep, a block off.
Any further questions, Alderman?
Oh, I'm sorry, no more questions.
Alderwoman Ingracia.
No questions.
Alderwoman Murphy.
No questions.
You said it's gonna be a 2-car garage. Is there currently a garage they're tearing down, or is it gonna be brand new?
You know, that I'm not sure about. It says a 2-car garage port, and I'm not sure if the pictures show if there's a garage or not.
And they bought it for how much?
135. and are putting 130 into it.
I'll entertain a motion to pass Board Bill 156 out of committee with a due pass recommendation.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and second.
Previous roll.
No objection to previous roll. 156 come out of committee with a due pass recommendation.
And 157. So this one, we are asking for a 10-year abatement on this property at 4168 Juniata. So previously, this was the Grand Oak Hill Community Development Corporation. There previously had been office spaces above, and then a senior center that stopped functioning about 3 years ago now. In the bottom portion. It's been owned by the Tower Grove Neighborhood Community Development Corporation, and they had been trying for a very long time to find somebody to purchase this property because it needed some pretty major upgrades to it. The roof needed to be replaced. There needed some pretty extensive tuck pointing. And so we have a small business owner in the neighborhood who purchased the property for $180,000 and is turning it into his business for two businesses that he owns. One is a coffee sleeve company, so those things that make you not burn your hand on your coffee. He owns a company called Sleeve a Message and does printing on them. It started in the basement of his house, and he has grown this business and finally needs a place to put his print shop. And then he also started a company that not really related at all, but specializes in gourmet pot stickers and sells these gourmet pot stickers at a variety of restaurants in St. Louis, and we'll be manufacturing them there, and then in the front of the building we'll be turning that into a restaurant where people can come and eat the pot stickers. So it's going to take about between $150,000 and $200,000 at least of renovation going into the building to bring it up to all of the codes that he needs to have in order to have the printing company and the pot sticker company operating out of the same place. So we're asking for a 10-year abatement for this property just because of all of the need it needs and to help this small business owner grow his business a little bit more.
The developer here?
No. Or who is the developer, or is the developer?
Is the developer here?
No, David is, the owner is, I'm not sure who he's contracted with to be his developer.
The reason I was just kind of curious is a pretty large building.
It is.
And the $150,000 seemed to be very small to renovate a building so large.
I would suppose it'll end up being more than that once he gets in
Probably
there.
300,000, I'm thinking. One reason I kind of brought that up is I'm overwhelmed. I'm doing a big project myself, so I know how your 150 can easily go to 350 real
Right.
quick.
Once you start tearing out walls and you see what's actually there. He just started renovating it about 2 weeks, about 3 weeks ago now.
Okay, Alderman Ville. Any questions?
How did you sell the neighbors on additional parking? Or is there not
Well,
going to be?
it's been a community center, so there's been a lot of cars parking there because of that. So we actually anticipate there will be fewer cars parking there. It's not a huge restaurant, and we're thinking that most people will walk there since it's kind of in the interior of the neighborhood.
It used to be Grand Oak Hill, right?
Yes.
The offices?
Yep.
And it's been vacant a long time?
It has.
I just thought you made all that stuff up about pot stickers and
No,
coffee sleeves.
we went through 4 or 5 different offers on this building that fell through until they finally got a dreamer David is a dreamer who decided to purchase it.
Only in America. Good for him. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Welcome, Alderman Arnowitz.
No question.
Alderwoman Gracia.
I don't have a question, just a comment. It'll be nice to see that space occupied. It makes me sad when I drive by and there's nothing in that storefront any longer.
Yep.
I expect an invitation.
When it opens.
I am a
okay.
fan of pot stickers.
Alderwoman Murphy.
No question.
I think I might have missed it. How much did they end up selling it for?
180.
180. Oh, pretty good. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to pass 157 out of committee. It's been moved and second.
Previous row.
No objection to previous roll. 157 comes out of committee with a due pass recommendation.
Thank you.
That would be Board Bill 159, sponsored by Alderman Coder. And we do have somebody to speak on that.
159.
I've got pictures. Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Board Bill 159 is a 10-year tax abatement bill proposal for 700 and 702 Allen Avenue. If any of you have driven south on 7th Street heading into Soulard, and you can't help but notice this building. It's a very derelict building just to the north of 2 gas stations. The plan for this building is to renovate it and create a car wash in the back. This building is an old Cadillac dealership, so it's actually got a big garage doors already. So they're in the process of completely rebuilding the gas station that is sort of connected to this project. It's the same developer. So they're redoing the BP station, and then as part of the BP station, you'll have this property, which will be a kind of drive-through car wash with retail on the front, street-level retail on the front, and 2 apartments up top. Estimated construction cost is about $575,000. We're seeking 10 years abatement on this project. There are no incentives being given for the gas station redevelopment next door.
Okay, before we take questions from Alderman Coder, we have James Fredericks.
Yes, Mr. Fredericks, who's the attorney attached to this project, is here to answer any specific questions if you have any.
Okay, he doesn't really want to come and testify. It's just available if we
No,
have
just
questions.
available
Okay.
if you have any questions.
Want to make sure we give him an opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Alderman Moore.
No, sir.
Alderman Villa.
Kind of a unique reuse.
Yeah, it's an exciting project for
Thank
that
you,
area.
Mr. Chairman.
Alderman Arnowitz.
Alderman, when you say the BP, is that the one right off Broadway?
Yeah, that's technically 7th Street. There's 2 gas stations right next to each other. There's I guess it's a Phillips on the south side of 7th and Russell, and on the north side of Russell is the BP. That's currently gone. They're rebuilding the BP, and this project is part of that.
All right, thank you.
Alderwoman Gracia.
No questions.
Alderwoman Murphy.
No questions. Looks good.
Now, they're going to be apartments on top?
Yes, sir. There'll be 2 apartments, market rate apartments upstairs that apparently are going to have their own garages as well, which will be very popular in the neighborhood.
Really?
Yeah.
What would the rent be on those market rate?
Fredericks, market rate. So right now we've got a number of sort of high-end market rate projects going on in Soulard, and the estimated rent's usually about, I think, $1,200 for the 1-bedrooms.
That's market rate for a 1-bedroom.
In Soulard, yes.
Looks like pretty large space on top. It's going to only be 2 apartments. About how many bedrooms?
Not that deep.
Mr. Fredericks, do you have any idea how many bedrooms?
In the moon?
1-bedroom units.
2 1-bedrooms.
Yes.
Wow. Now, there's an alley between this building and the BP. Are you vacating the alley? It's going to be one, or how's that going to
I
work?
have to defer to Jim on that. No vacation apparently of the alley. The alley, I have to look into that, because right now the alley is used to enter the building immediately to the west of this proposed redevelopment. uses the alley as well, because they have a garage, they have a parking pad in the back, a gated parking pad. I'll have to look into whether or not that actually needs to be vacated. I'll talk to Streets about that.
So you get your car wash ticket from the gas station, and then you leave the premises and go to the building next door.
My understanding is you go straight across. Do you cross the alley?
Straight across the alley.
That may require some sort of vacation.
Okay, if I'm picturing this right, so there's the building, there's the BP, then there's an alley that's between it. That-
Correct.
So where would they go into?
They go into the car wash straight from the gas station.
So
They
straight across
head
that?
north, essentially, and they would exit the car wash on Allen Avenue. So I think in that picture you're looking at, yeah. And so does this need to be vacated, do you think? I'll defer to Mr. Fredericks on that. He's the expert on this project.
I'm not making more out of this that's there. I'm just asking curious questions.
No, that's fine. And actually, I have the site plan if you'd like to see it, which might, and then an aerial view as well. This might help.
Come straight across the alley.
Okay,
Let me see that.
Never going out Burr Street, which is the key.
right.
What about they take what's in the window? These people may want to, even though they have access this way.
Yeah.
This is perfect for vacation. I have no reason to do it otherwise.
Okay, walk me through it.
Here, I'll have Mr. Fredericks walk you through that.
I have the same picture in front of me.
So,
Here's the mic.
Where's the BP?
The BP is the white building,
This one?
which is no longer there. This is an older
Okay.
photograph. So if you follow my finger, it would go straight across into,
They just go straight across this
straight
way?
across there.
Okay, and then they'll exit out this way?
No, they will X out, that way we don't cut out. That's correct, right where your pen is now.
Okay.
It's an excellent layout,
Gonna be very creative. Very creative design.
Alderman Ville said.
Thanks, Jim.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to pass Board Bill 159 out of committee with a due pass recommendation.
Second?
Been moved second, no objection to previous rule. Board Bill 159 comes out of committee with a due pass recommendation. And I think
Thank you, Mr.
that
Chairman.
wraps us up. Madam Vice Chairman, that's the last one?
No.
We have committee members.
And
he is
I have Board Bill 151, which is
Oh, I jumped all the way
co-sponsored
down
by
there.
myself and Alderwoman Ingracia.
151. Okay. Go ahead, Alderman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Board Bill 151 is an exciting project. I'm up here presenting on it. I must give most of the credit to Alderwoman Ingracia, and the bulk of it is also in her ward, in the 6th Ward. This is a scattered site, affordable housing redevelopment in the Tower Grove East and Fox Park neighborhoods. The proposal is a partnership between Rise Community Development and Messiah Lutheran Church, and it's to redevelop 12 very derelict buildings throughout, again, Fox Park and Tower Grove East. These 12 buildings are being acquired at a cost of $389,000. Estimated construction cost is $7.7 million, and this will create 47 affordable housing units across those 12 buildings. You know, this project is a 15-year tax abatement request, which is the requirement for the LIHTC and MHDC loans and credits. That's why we're asking for 15. Sorry, I have pictures. I apologize, I should have handed those out, which explains the properties we're talking about and pictures of them. I have representatives from Rise Community Development here to answer any very specific questions you may have. This is an exciting project. Both the Tower Grove East neighborhood and the Fox Park neighborhood are very much on board with this project.
Alderman Moore, you have any questions? No. Alderman Villa, you look like you have a couple of questions.
Alderman, are most of these proposed building sites currently vacant lots?
Yes,
They're all vacant.
they're all
buildings.
vacant buildings.
They're all vacant buildings?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're vacant buildings that are in pretty rough shape. So this project will actually save those buildings, which is great.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Alderman Arnowitz.
No questions,
Alderwoman Murphy.
They'll all be torn down?
No, they won't be torn down, they'll be rehabbed.
Rehabbed?
Yes.
Okay. But they're beautiful,
Oh, yeah, we don't have any interest in tearing down many buildings in the 6th and 7th wards.
They're beautiful. Excellent. Good job.
You want to add anything, Alderwoman Ingracia?
Nope, just other than, all of these buildings, I think I've had between 5 and 7 developers look at and say they had no interest because the money didn't make any sense. So this is a really important project for the community.
The one building, maybe you can tell me what building is
2801 Magnolia.
this? Okay, so that's commercial on the bottom, that'll be commercial restored?
That is going to be it's going to house the social services agency for, they're targeting a mostly Bhutanese population of folks that attend Messiah Lutheran Church and have had some trouble assimilating into the community. And so they're all moving sort of within a walking distance of each other, this social services agency and then the International Institute.
What's the name of the agency again?
Do you know the name of the social service agency?
Caring Ministries? Caring Ministries.
Okay.
See, that's why we needed you guys here.
I'll entertain a motion to pass Board Bill 151, wait a minute, is there someone?
151 is correct, Mr. Chair.
Oh, that would, okay. The consultant would rise. Eric.
Yes. Eric, do you have anything you'd like to add? All right.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to pass Board Bill 151 out of committee with a due pass recommendation.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and second.
Previous roll.
Hearing no objection from previous roll, Board Bill 151 comes out of committee with due pass recommendation. Now, next board bill is Board Bill 143, Alderman Moore.
I don't have one for you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning again.
Board Bill 143 is a scattered site development. We expect a lot out of the scattered site development for the greater Ville, where this is about building 2 new homes and renovating 1. We expect 42 new homes in that area, eventually down St. Ferdinand, Cottage, and Lincoln. We have quite a few houses in there. We have the Diana White houses just a block away, the John Shockley houses, about 30 of those of each. And then we also have the Frankie Freeman homes, and it's impacting that particular area. And we're looking for any development that we can get, so we're pretty excited about these 2 new homes and the 1 scattered renovation that's coming in our community. I ask for your favorable consideration of this project.
Okay, we have someone who wants to speak on the bill. Ms. Vernona Smith.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Madam Chairman and board members. I am the block captain of the 4000 block of Greer and have been for years. I'd like to speak on both sides of this bill for redevelopment. We are in favor of anything that beats the present deplorable conditions of 4000 Greer, and which they exist as I speak. I live right next door, have lived there for 36 years, and have always been plagued basically with some problem. For years it was rental property, and I endured many derelict tenants until 2009. Those type of tenants were drug dealers or users, prostitutes, gangsters. Since 2009, the property has been vacant and has incurred serious deterioration. I even worked at City Hall here for a while. I'm a 21-year Department of Veterans Affairs employee. I need to rest and enjoy my neighborhood when I come home. I have worked for years with the Police Commission. I finished the Citizen Ride-Along program, worked in the 8th District Public Affairs until it reorganized. With me, I have copies of email strings that date back from January 2015 till Friday, trying to achieve corrective measures on this property. I also have photos in my cell phone of how the property looks. I maintain and have a very nice, well-maintained home, in process of getting a garage, and will have other additions in the near future. I'm also concerned with the short period that was allocated for this notice. Again, I live next door. I've put my money into having the fence retained properly to keep out drug dealers. I have put my money in it to have grass cut, to do various things, and I think that's ridiculous. But I enjoy decent living. I enjoy the city. I've lived in the city all my life. I could very well afford to go anywhere else. I choose to be where I am, and I have every intention of staying. And I have every intention of getting these corrections made. I therefore asked your favorable support to get the roof fixed and covered with some plywood and nails. My dog has been going crazy for the last week because there are now possums that inhabit that place. I'm not about to get bit or have my animal attacked with that type of situation. In the past, there were raccoons, and they are very vicious. I'm not going to have a repeat of that. I'd like to get the front yard cut. I had been complaining since July about getting the grass cut. Last week, they came out, they cut the front sidewalk strip, the side sidewalk strip. The front lawn is still 6 to 8 inches tall with those little white wildflowers growing up in between the blades of grass. The backyard is horrendous. It looks like a jungle. There are wild weed trees going all along my fence and some going up into the power lines of that house. My concern is if the right storm hits and knocks down one of those wires, it's going to be in my yard. There are wild trees in the middle of the yard, all on the back fence. I have pictures in my cell phone of that. We need that dejungalized ASAP because the basic grass there is like 2 to 4 feet tall. We cannot continue to wait until redevelopment occurs. There's no one that loves the city of St. Louis like I do and other homeowners. We need that resolved. So I ask that you entertain this and please allow us to be dwelling in decent environments. If my home or the home of any of the homeowners look like that, we would be in housing court every week. And again, I'll have copies of my email string I'll be happy to share with you. Thank you.
Wait a minute, Ms. Smith. Is there any members of the committee that may want to have a question for Ms. Smith? Alderman Ville, Alderman Arnowitz, Alderwoman Gracia.
I just want to make sure I'm clear on your position. Are you in favor of this project?
Yes, but I'm not in favor of the continued deplorable conditions. If raccoons or possums come in my yard, I'm not going to allow that. Like I said, anything beats the way it looks now. It's been vacant since 2009. For example, the police were called out to that property on Memorial Day. I just happened to step out on my front porch. They asked me if I called the police. I said, no. I said, if I called, I'd leave my name. They said, we got an anonymous call that somebody illegally entered. They went in there, they found drug paraphernalia, just a lot of filth, and I said, they're supposed to be redeveloping it. He says, well, they're probably gonna have to tear that sucker down because the floors are sinking in, everything's molded, it's just horrible. I understand progress does not happen overnight, but since 2009, come on.
Okay, thank you for coming down today.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
your input.
Alderwoman Murphy. Wait a minute, Ms. Smith, wait a minute.
Oh, I'm
We
sorry.
want to give you your full rights and
Well,
privileges
I wanted
presented
to.
for the committee. Alderwoman Murphy.
So my understanding is like you're in favor of the project, but in the meantime, you would like the building more secured and cleaned up?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's
do we
all
have-
I'm asking.
And I don't know, this might be for Alderman Moore, do we have a timetable as to when all this redevelopment is going to
I
happen?
have nothing.
We'll bring the Alderman back up.
Okay. Thank you
I mean,
very
when I
much.
talked to Alderman Moore, he's receptive. He politely allowed me to talk with the person who manages that house, which is the Northside Preservation Commission or Housing or whatever. And I try to keep him in the loop. But, I mean, we need some assistance. We need some action. Redevelopment without current action is just not going to get it.
Thank you so much, Ms. Smith. We really appreciate you coming down and testifying before the committee on
Thank you.
behalf of yourself and your community.
Thank you.
Alderman Moore. Okay, we're gonna, questions for the Alderman. Alderman Ville.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, you say no, thank you. Okay, Alderman Arnowitz.
No questions, Mr. Chairman.
Alderwoman Gracia.
No questions.
Alderwoman Spencer. I'm sorry, Alderwoman Murphy.
Is there a timetable as to when this redevelopment would begin in order to
It should
relieve this?
begin right away. They've received their gap financing. And I want to also say, if I may, Mr. Chairman, that I adore Ms. Verona Smith. She is one that will call. She has been instrumental in abating or getting rid of the dope houses in her block. There have been 7 or 8 developments proposed for this particular site. So with the rodents that she's receiving and the trash and all, hopefully this will get rid of all her problems and get this building taken care of. I can't tear it down because it's very historical, and I've torn down over 600 buildings, and enough is enough. I need more development. So I hear her call. We talk often, and about the grass is tall throughout my ward. I have 1,242 empty buildings and 1,700 vacant lots of weed-bearing lots. So we're doing the best we can, and Northside Development is a pretty good management team. I guess they didn't have the money to do the due diligence of keeping it as clean as she would like. It just transitioned from one development corporation from the Greater Ville to the Northside Development. So we're working on it, and hopefully this will solve our problems.
Is there someone here from Northside Development Corporation?
Did what now?
Is there someone here from Northside Development Corporation who
I
owns
don't
the
think
property?
so. I haven't seen anyone from that property, but Ms. Smith talks to them pretty much. They talk back and forth. She'll put a lock on the gate. Sometimes we have the city come out, put a lock on the gate. She cuts the grass a lot. So hopefully they'll have a great relationship when this building gets renovated, and it can enhance her property.
Do you think that the Development Corporation can cut the grass ASAP and make sure that the building is secure?
I will request that as soon as I leave here.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
We're gonna put your bill on hold if you don't take care of Ms. Smith. Because you told us you love her, so want
Oh,
to
you
make sure
what now?
you show it. I'll entertain a motion to pass Board Bill 153 out of committee with a due pass recommendation.
So moved.
Second?
Been moved and second. I hear no objection. Previous roll. Board Bill 143 comes out of committee with due pass recommendation.
Thank you.
Okay. Next bill is Alderman Arnowitz, Board Bill 152.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. Coming in front of you today, Board Bill 152 at 4092 Robert Avenue, which was an old public school building called Windsor that has been sitting vacant for over 20-plus years there. A gentleman purchased the building, a little over $300,000. He's going to spend about $165,000 or a little better in renovation cost. We were talking about he's going to have 3,500 square feet of office space, 26,000 square feet of warehouse space there. He's going to be doing a lot of work himself. It's FOCA General Construction. It's Mr. Samir Nidsik, who's done a lot of redevelopment in the city and has a good track record. So I come before you today and hoping that the committee would support this, and I'm asking for a 10-year tax abatement.
Alderman Ville, you have any questions?
No, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Alderwoman Ingracia.
No questions.
Alderwoman Murphy.
What's the building going to be used for when it's?
Basically, it's going to be used for the downstairs of the old Windsor School, which will be renovated. Also, will be storage area. He currently has 3 different buildings in Afton, so it allows him to bring everything into the city address. The upstairs will be provided. It will be office space and restrooms and a meeting room.
Thank you.
Alderman Moore, you have any questions about Alderman Wonderwoods? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to pass Board Bill 152 out of committee with a due pass recommendation.
Second.
It's been moved and second.
Previous roll.
No objection to previous roll. Board Bill 152 comes out of committee with due pass recommendation.
Thank you.
I do think that concludes today. Dale Rousseff, you have anything to add?
I do not, no. We'll get another meeting scheduled, probably not until maybe November. You know, we'll build up, like we did today, a number of bills to make it worth your while to come in.
Well, we'll meet every week if you need us to.
Well, I know. I think the next objective would be to get a set of bills out before your Christmas break.
Okay, thank you, Dale. Okay, that concludes the neighborhood development meeting for today. We are adjourned.